So you have to ask yourself, what in the blank was Black Lives Matter about? When God revealed to me it had nothing to do with black people, all it was a play on words, allegedly. You see, because we're made out of matter. God made us out of matter. And they attached the black to it, allegedly. And in the midst of our struggle, they went on and had these situations, and George Floyd, I guess, was the linchpin, which I believe the power was created. And the rest is history. Literal history. So what was it about, Alfie? You know, there's this place called the CERN. They are digging, they say, in all parts of the world into the ground. And they're going for dark matter. The CERN is after dark matter. You heard about that place in Switzerland, the CERN. They dig for dark matter. It has been said that they hear screams and cries as if they're going into hell. They say a little pinch of that dark matter can make you go crazy. Maybe that was that forbidden part in the Garden of Eden, in the East of Eden, that God had to wind up sealing up after they sinned. But I digress. I don't believe the George Floyd situation 100%, especially after those ladies bought that mansion. and nobody said a mumbling word after that. Are you kidding me? Another black situation where we got exploited instead of helping our people? How is that even legal? It makes you not want to give any more money to any black cause, doesn't it? After this was the biggest argument since what? Since the Rodney King situation, arguably, right? So we had the George Floyd, Black Lives Matter. I believe it was a chant. I believe we were summoning demons out of the caves to get that dark matter, open up that portal into our realm. That's what I believe. But I will be here. Starts at 2 o'clock. I'll be here today. Because today is the anniversary of that 5-year situation. Got a little history, and I want to segue into a situation that just popped off in relation to the Karmelo Anthony, Austin Metcalf situation, what he just announced yesterday in relation to this possible sentence of Karmelo Anthony. Look at this here. Look at this thing, coincidence between JFK and George Floyd. JFK born 5/29/1917. Floyd, JFK born, right? 5/29/1917. George Floyd born 10/14/1973. The difference is 56 years plus some, 56. And when JFK died, 11/22/63, George Floyd died 5/25/2020. The difference is also 56 years. Isn't that something? JFK died at 46, George Floyd died at 46. Isn't that something? Then JFK, his motorcade was driving down Delaney Plaza, which is a park in the West End, historic downtown Dallas Park, where George Floyd died on 36th and Park. Park in Gematria, P is 16, A is 1, 18 is R, and K is 11, adds up to 46. And there's my receipts. There's the dispatch that called, and they said they need an ambulance to go to 36th and Park. I got folks always emailing me, Pearson, that's the wrong address. I lived around there. Okay, I get it. But this is how the powers reported it. That he died in an ambulance on 36th and Park. I'm not here to split hairs, people. Okay? 36th and Park. Why would they say he died on 36th and Park? Because 3 6s is 666. And Park comes out to 46, which means death. Understand the decode. If they allegedly lied, they lied. But understand why they do what they do. Okay? So don't email me with all these different addresses. It's right there. Do the homework. People. And let me digress. Because we got something about the brew very soon in this country and around the whole wide world. You see, they want social unrest. That's what they want. $6 million. They should have made them pay it back. What you think? Now, this situation happened between these two kids on April 2nd. I'm going to tie it all in. Karmelo Anthony, right? I'm going to give you both these names because I want you to see this thing for what it is. I want you to see it. Karmelo Anthony, in a tragic incident during Frisco, Texas track meet, 17-year-old Austin Metcalf was fatally stabbed by 17-year-old Karmelo Anthony. The stabbing occurred after an argument with Anthony reportedly claiming self-defense. Anthony was charged with murder and has been the subject of intense media scrutiny, including questions about his pending graduation. The case has drawn attention, particularly due to the shared name with former NBA star Karmelo Anthony, leading to some confusion. I'm not confused. I broke it down. I broke it down, baby. See? Karmelo Anthony. This is not an accident with the powers. To me, the stabbing occurred. See? 17-year-old Austin Metcalf was fatally stabbed. People, they're making it a color thing on purpose. Karmelo Anthony, 17, being tried as an adult under Texas state law in first-degree murder of Austin Metcalf, 17, faces mandatory life in prison, possible parole after 40 years. 40 years, baby. This just came out yesterday on the 24th. According to several reports, 17-year-old Karmelo Anthony, but he just turned 18, I understand, is being charged with first-degree murder as an adult under Texas state law. Woo, yeah. And I'm going to show you the dates and everything. You guys should probably remember all this, okay? And I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you, what do you think? Being tried as an adult in first-degree murder. As an adult, he won't face the death penalty. However, he will not be eligible for parole until 57 years old. Do you feel me? It's deep. Let's go further. I'm going to show you bits and pieces of a video that I did. Because I'm going to break it down. I'm going to show you the whole connection to me. Watch this. Upheavals of social distraction and social disorder since the Civil War. And events such like this, where allegedly a young black kid stabbed a young white kid. The only reason I'm saying allegedly is because it hasn't gone through court. Okay? Because a person is innocent until proven guilty. But understand this. There are witnesses around who said it happened, and it looks like it happened. And I've also heard and read reports that the suspect has confessed. I am deliberately not getting involved in the legal aspect or the racial aspect. Because again, I know something. When God speaks to you, and he shows you certain things, I have learned there are certain things that have to be kept sealed. God many times reveals things to me as an addition, so to speak, to get me to understand the fullness and the depthness as to what's going on. So as I present this to you, again, understand, do not be a tool in the hands of the powers, because this situation, as well as other situations that are going to happen between now and possibly midsummer, they have a plan to throw us in turmoil. I believe with all my heart. Now, a high school student is facing a murder charge after Frisco police. So understand, I'm coining it as a buildup. Just like they had here back in the day. You had X amount of situations that happened long before George Floyd incident. I do not believe all those black stories. What I believe is that the powers created a whole lot of black stories of incidents. It doesn't mean that incidents against black people don't happen. What I'm saying is that they had to have a buildup. That about time the George Floyd thing hit, it was in our psyche, and boom. And what happened after that? A lot of statues were thrown down, burnt up, pulled down. A lot of laws were changed. A whole lot of division happened. People, one of the first things you do when you take over a country is you get rid of the history. Do you understand? And they got to justify how to do it. So they created the George Floyd situation. I believe they did this thing. They did it. And they could possibly do it again. And what I'm looking at is a build-up again. And I'm warning you guys. I'm warning you. I'm warning you ahead of time. Don't be no sucker. Watch this. Police confirmed to NBC5 that they were called to the track meet at 10 a.m. They found out that a 17-year-old stabbed another 17-year-old. People, I'm just going to interject this. We are going to see a Julius Caesar stabbing moment. If you don't know what I'm talking about, read the history of how Julius Caesar died. I've been warning you guys, and I've been screaming from the mountaintops. This is not an accident, in my humble opinion. Fresno police said that despite life-saving measures by police and fire personnel, including CPR and the administration of blood, the teenager died. Okay? God be with him. God keep him. My condolences to family. There's his father. Okay? That's the basics of it. Basically, they were at a high school track meet with over 100 contestants. One person walked up while other person was sitting, and words were exchanged. Depending on what you read, there was some pushing, and the guy pulled out a knife out his book bag. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, now I'm gonna show you. Now let me show you this here. We're gonna go into the 5 C's, okay? Watch the breakdown and ask yourself what's really going on. Some pictures right quick. Here's some pictures of the victim. He's in red and black. You know red and black means sacrifice. You guys have been with me for a while, okay? Now, look at the back. Look at those tables. Do you see the formation of the X? Do you see that? To me, that's called speaking without speaking. See that X? And I forgot to mention there's also a star. See that? Like a falling star. A star like Luke 10:18. Satan got hurled down from heaven after disobedience as a star. So you got stars and you got an X. Come on, man. Really?
Red and black is like death and sacrifice. I've done a ton of videos. It doesn't mean the colors are bad. You can wear the colors. You can wear the colors. I'm just saying, understand the power speaking symbology. I don't know when the photograph was taken. I'm asking, is this a coincidence? He's in red
and black. Now let me go back on this thing. I want to show you guys something. Looks like an image in this thing too.
And you got the X's in the background in the design.
Look like an image in that pot, don't it? Like a face, like a devil face. Look at that. This whole thing is suspect, people. The whole thing is suspect. The whole thing is suspect, people. That's the way I feel about it.
Remember, his wife received roses. George Floyd, and you got the X's in the background in the design. Why do flowers speak? JFK's wife, the day that he was shot to death, remember, his wife received roses. George Floyd, the day that he died, his girlfriend was in the grocery store with him. She had on a black t-shirt with roses on it. Death, it speaks.
As you can see, I'm putting it all together. George Floyd, JFK, and this incident. Let's go to the 17 mark. Gonna break the whole thing down because I want you to see.
Matter. Do you understand what I'm saying, people?
Got on a shirt called White Lives Matter. Really? It's just in time for the long, hot summer, and they made this report that he's gonna be eligible for parole when he's 47 years old, right? Go back on this thing, right? Yeah, 57 years old. 57 years old, he'll be eligible for parole. But why do White Lives Matter? And why did they post this thing on the 24th, a day before the anniversary of George Floyd? That's what you have to ask yourself, people.
They're trying to brew it. Now watch this, I'm gonna show you some more pictures. Here's another picture of the victim. I don't know when this was taken, but look at it and look in it. X. Do you see what I'm saying? X. X means I'm taking you out or I'm crossing you out. Do you see that? And it's in black and white, like black and white, like the checkerboard, playing both sides. Those how the powers play.
What are the odds, people? You see where I'm going with this? You got to question what you're looking at. Let's go to the other part. Check it out. Now here's the George Floyd situation.
Black person. George Floyd's death was 5/25 of 2020. Okay? Take 5/25 of 2020, subtract it from the day of the incident at the track meet where a young white kid died, 4/2/2025. The difference is 4/4/4/4. Look at that. 4 years, 44, and 4.
Now let's look at something else. 5 and 2. Now I want you to concentrate on this thing. This is the day that the young man was stabbed to death. This is George Floyd's birthday, 5/25. I'm sorry, this is George Floyd's death date, 5/25/2020. 4 years, 44 weeks, and 4 days between George Floyd's death and the day that this white kid was stabbed by the black kid. 5/25/2020 versus 4/2/2025. 4/4/4/4. What are the odds? Barack Obama. Why do I say that? Because Barack Obama is the 44th president. I'm just bringing it up. What do you think? Then let's go to this last part, 21/40. This is gonna blow your mind.
You know that's a mathematical improbability that would happen. Let me go forward. Now, the kid that everybody said, and again, I don't get into legal, but 99.9% of people believe that this kid killed that white kid. This black kid, his name is Karmelo Anthony. They said he killed that white boy, right? Now watch this. Watch this.
Are you looking to start your own business?
All right, here we go.
There was a basketball player named Karmelo Anthony. Look at his birthday, May 29th, 1984. Check May 29th, 1984. Subtract it from the date that the event happened on 4/2/2025. The difference is 40 years, but it's 44 weeks. Barack Obama was the 44th president. Ain't that deep? But check this out. Have you heard of this guy before? Ralph Metcalf. Ralph Metcalf, Chicago-based track star and politician. Again, look. Ralph Metcalf, the Chicago-based track star and politician. His birthday is also May 29th. May 29th. Just like Karmelo Anthony. Why did I dig him up? Because I knew him. I knew him. He's from Chicago. He died. Look at his birthday, May 29th, just like Karmelo Anthony. What are the odds that the kid who killed this white kid, his name is Karmelo Anthony, and we got a basketball player named Karmelo Anthony, and the kid who died, his last name is Metcalf. The kid who died, his last name is Metcalf. And here's a Ralph Metcalf, and what do they have in common? They were at a track meet when the white kid got stabbed. Guess what? Ralph Metcalf was a track star. And I knew him. See him? He was a track star. And he got the same birthday as Karmelo Anthony. If you think I'm joking that I knew him, look, November 17th, 1978, I wrote an article about his death. Now that Metcalf's gone, friend shot Pearson. I am the only YouTuber that can bring you these type of receipts. I wrote an article about Ralph H. Metcalf. Ralph H. Metcalf, congressman. I wrote about his death, November 17th, 1978. Now that Metcalf's gone. You see my name there? This is for the Christian Citizen newspaper I worked for back in the day. The Christian Citizen newspaper. It's deep, ain't it? I told you I had some stuff for you. Now look, he died. Where is this at? I don't have the exact date, I lost it. Anyway, he died in 1978. I don't have the exact date. He died in 1978. That's why you see this as 1978. Okay? So there's my receipts. But look at the dates. This gentleman, May 29th. But that ain't all. His birthday is May 29th, and his last name is Metcalf. The guy who got stabbed to death, his name was Metcalf. The guy who did the stabbing, his name is Karmelo Anthony. And there's a Karmelo Anthony who's a basketball player. Both of them got May 29th. But that ain't all. Watch this. That's his birthday, May 29th. 1910 versus 4/2/2025. The incident, we still got 44, like Barack Obama. Ralph Metcalf. Ralph Metcalf, a former track star. Ralph Metcalf, a former track star and congressman, and Jesse Jackson. And there was civil rights, and Jesse Jackson, a civil rights activist and politician, became allies.
And who else was May 29th? Karmelo Anthony was May 29th. Ralph Metcalf was May 29th. And JFK was May 29th. Hello. Now let me get out of this thing and finish this up. Jackie Kennedy got red roses. And remember, I showed you, so did this young man, he got red roses too.
Tomorrow Complete isn't like...
He got red roses too, the guy who died, Metcalf. Well, guess what?
Low battery.
Jackie got red roses as well when she died. Boom. And George Floyd, the day he died, they don't mention her, but that's his ex-girlfriend. She got red roses on her shirt. She went to the grocery store with George Floyd when he died. Look at the dates. 5/24/2025, today's date, well, yesterday's date when they say this young man gonna get 40 years in prison versus 4/2, the date that it happened. The difference is 53 days. What's that? The 53rd day of the year is 2/2/2, February 22nd. What is February 22nd? 2/2/2 is Antichrist, people. It's 2/2/2, it's Antichrist. Also, believe it or not, George Washington's birthday. See it? 2/2/2. All the symbology, it's the death of America. Do you understand? 2/2/2. He's the first president. Oh, they talking, ain't they? And then look, 5/24, yesterday they made an announcement. He's going to get 40 plus years at least versus JFK's death date anniversary, 11/2/2026. The difference is 78 weeks. Who's 78 years old? Trump. Then look, yesterday's announcement, 40 years he's going to get versus 11/5/2024 when Trump became president. He won. The difference, 200 days. We got 365 days in a year. 365 minus 200 gives you 165. What's the 165th day of the year? June 14th. That's Trump's birthday. I'm done. I'll see you guys later live. God bless.